Christmas, everybody. Welcome to the Section 325 podcast.
The second half.
The second half.
We took a week off.
We did.
So if you didn't see us last week, it's because Sean had to get his Christmas shopping done.
I did. And I was just like, it's going to be tough to squeeze this in. And a lot has happened, but the biggest news today is the benching of Russel Wilson. Danger Russ is on the bench.
Yeah. Well, I'm a little surprised, but not at the same time. It makes sense what they're doing because
financially, maybe.
Yeah, because if he gets injured for the rest of the season, if he just goes in for a play and gets injured, then he is guaranteed money for next season, and then the season after that because they have to hang on to him for next season.
That's a great point. But like these guys were just talking about, we're listening. Derek Carr was taken off the field.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
He's the backup quarterback.
But
so what if Stidham gets hurt on the first play of the game?
Yeah, and then Russell gets in and then gets injured. Yeah, I mean, you're still taking the chances.
I think
they still want him. They still want him on the team, obviously, to have him as backup.
I think that he's the backup because they're going to trade him.
No, yeah. What team is going to take on that contract?
The Falcons.
Yeah.
The Washington Commanders.
Again, there's
the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, there is rumors that he could be willing to negotiate his contract.
The Cleveland Browns.
For that too. Yeah.
The New England Patriots.
Yeah.
The New York Jets.
Anyone
going to come back?
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's a lot Steelers. It's a lot of new news to us. So
the Raiders.
Yeah.
There's lots of teams that could.
Yeah. Would Seattle take him back?
No, they're not taking him back. No, that ship sailed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's who knows? There's tons of teams that need quarterbacks.
Yeah. But yeah, Denver benching him, makes sense as far as saving him, because if they choose to cut him before March, that saves them guaranteed money for 2025 season. And they just take a cut on next season.
Yeah.
So
crazy. Russell Wilson being benched, which is odd because the Broncos still have an outside chance of winning the division.
7%.
Well, the way the Chiefs have been playing, they could lose two in a row. The Broncos
and
win 2 in a row.
And if that does happen, they win the division.
Other than the Lions game, the Broncos have been right down to the wire in all their games, so they can go either way. But let's talk about the Raiders beating the Chiefs on Christmas Day.
Yeah. Well, they only had 62 passing yards, and it was all came in the first quarter.
I know.
And
they didn't even get a first down.
They didn't even get a offensive touchdown. It was all back-to-back defensive touchdowns in 7 seconds. And Chiefs, they just could not recover from that. Taylor Swift is the problem.
Taylor Swift has ruined the Chiefs.
It's hurting Kelsey's fantasy point numbers.
But everybody's getting frustrated.
Yeah.
Kelsey's throwing his helmet.
They're all having little tantrums.
Had a tantrum, and it looks like he was yelling at his offensive line. Come on, guys!
As a non-Chief fan, it's actually kind of entertaining to watch.
And I got to tell you, why do we have to? I don't care about stealing Taylor Swift anymore. That doesn't bother me. But his brother bothers me. I don't like looking at this guy up in the thing. Yeah. Why do we have to see him? He's so weird.
Yeah.
He's a weirdo. Anyway, and he's supposed to be in jail or something for raping that girl or whatever he did to her.
Doing his TikToks, ticky-tacks.
He's a bizarre guy. But anyway.
So, I mean, a lot has happened in the last 2 weeks.
A lot has happened.
Yeah.
The Seahawks are now back into the playoffs. They control their own destiny.
They just need to win.
They just need to win. They got the Steelers and the Cardinals their last 2 games.
You had a good little run with Lock and Loaded. Drew
Lock beat the Eagles.
Yeah.
And I think that they didn't anticipate that. That's why they kept Geno out one more game because they're like, probably not going to win this game. And then Lock came in and he's just throwing the ball. He's slinging it. And Geno, as you saw against the Titans, he just holds that ball, similar to what Russell's doing.
Yeah, because the problem with Russell, he panicked. I think this last game showed it. I think was too scared.
Well, obvious reason. He must have known that this was coming.
Yeah, because he was getting it out of the pocket when he had a full clean pocket. Like the pocket was bigger than this bar, and he scrambled out. And as an offensive lineman, you don't know what your quarterback is doing back there.
No,
you as an offensive lineman is controlling that pocket and making sure that pocket's secured. And if he gets out of it, then that's not up to him.
Well,
it's
that's
up to
the
the
other thing. Sean Payton didn't win his Super Bowl or be successful with the guy that scrambled around.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't know how to coach that. Maybe he doesn't want to learn how to coach that.
Yeah.
Maybe he wants to coach a pocket guy.
Because the plays were very, the play calling was very spotty too, especially in that third quarter. That third quarter got away from us. So, but yeah, other than that, it's it is what it is, and you just move on.
And then the mighty Niners go and have Baltimore come into their house and put a licking on them. 7 straight scoring drives.
Yeah, 5 interceptions, 4 for Purdy, which
4 for Purdy, right?
Yeah,
1 for
Darnold. Sam Darnold went in after he got injured a little bit.
Oh, I love seeing it.
I think
seeing it.
That wasn't too bad of an injury. I think it was just like, what, wound is already open, so let's just keep you out. Yeah, I think that kind of dropped his MVP rankings there.
Yeah, they didn't want to give it to him anyway. He's definitely.
If anyone on the team should get it, it should be Christian McCaffrey.
They might want to give it to Trent Williams. I'm just saying, whenever he's out of the game, he seems to be the difference maker for those Niners.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to give it to an offensive lineman, but let's see how they do. Trent could be significantly injured. I've heard. I don't know.
Well, he was out during those three games that they lost in a row.
I know.
So, yeah.
So, we're going to find out. But let's talk about Flacco and the Browns. Yeah. Rolling.
I know. Just sitting on a couch a month ago.
Doesn't even know what his salary is.
No. He still doesn't know?
Doesn't know. Doesn't even know his salary.
Yeah, I mean, that would be an awesome story if some Browns are going to make the playoffs, I'm assuming. I mean, they have a good record and they're sitting high in the wild card. But what if they make it to the Super Bowl? What if?
They could.
They could.
AFC's wide open. I think, the Ravens I think they've made themselves look like the clear favorites. I mean, gosh, they've demolished everybody in the NFC with the exception of the Rams, who played them pretty tight. But the Rams, gosh, I'd be scared to play the Rams. I'll tell you that. If I'm any of those teams in the NFC, even the Niners, which they do play before the season's out. Yeah. And now with this loss, the Niners are going to have to play that last game of the year against them. They can't loaf in that game.
Yeah.
And then the Eagles hung on to win a game.
Against the Giants.
Cowboys.
No. Yeah, Eagles played Giants, yeah.
The Dolphins finally beat a winning team.
Yeah.
But the Cowboys they beat the Seahawks. But, wow.
I know.
Oh, and the Eagles. They did beat the Eagles.
It was a nice surprise weekend overall, I would say. Great upsets, disappointing loss for the Broncos, but it was great to see the Chiefs lose.
Who's hotter? The Bills or the Browns?
I'm going to say the Bills. You'll see. I have them higher in the rankings.
Okay, well, we'll get into this.
Actually, I don't know now.
Anyway, power ranks. Here we go. We've had 2 weeks, so we're jumping a week because we took Christmas off because Travis had to shop. But
no, Sean had to.
Anyway, number 10, the Rams. I think they're well deserved to be in that spot. They're playing well. They look rejuvenated. They look dangerous. They're running the ball.
And they feel more complete. It's like they didn't have everything completed or maybe set to go, and then now they are. Like that first 6 weeks of the season was kind of like a practice run, it seems like, and now here they are. This is the true Rams that we should be seeing.
Yeah, they look good. So they go up. Chiefs
they're just
hanging. Everybody wants to keep them in. I noticed, but they're just not that good. They're not putting up any points.
No, that's the problem. Like they're not putting up the 30-some points that they're used to. Like 20, 17. So
Taylor Swift ruined the Chiefs.
Yeah.
All right, so they go down.
So Bills, I had
excuse me.
The jumping up into the rankings. they again, kind of like the Rams, they kind of figured out their stuff. They know what's going on now, so I think they'll make a good, strong push and run into the playoffs.
Yeah, they look good. The Browns, they look equally as good. They probably should deserve a ranking above those teams. So
Hmm.
they're moving up. Cowboys dropping, I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
yeah, they dropped out of the five. Can't can't lose.
They're still a good team.
They're
They're on
still a
the
good
road.
team.
It
Yeah.
came down to the wire. They
Hmm.
had the lead in the fourth quarter
Yep.
and couldn't hang on.
But when you look at the rankings or the records to everyone, Cowboys and up, like everyone has double digit wins. So it's really hard when you try to see who is the top five, like who is going to be that final
Well,
four
it's
going into the playoffs. You
everybody's
know,
been beating everybody.
yeah. And this weekend is going to be a good weekend of games. You have Miami and Baltimore playing
I
against
know.
each other. Cincinnati and Kansas City, still playoff contenders. Detroit and Dallas play
Oh,
on
wow.
Saturday,
Ooh, good game.
the lone game on Saturday. So, and then you have a divisional matchup with the Saints and Bucks.
Oh, because that's coming down to the
That's
wire.
coming down to the wire. So, yeah, it's again, there's no, there's only a few teams, but like it's been
Eagles
interesting all the way through.
Eagles are reminding me of the Seahawks at the start of the year. They don't look that good, but
No,
they're winning games again.
yeah,
I
I
just
still can't. I can't see them going far into the playoffs.
no, they don't look good. The
Yeah,
Lions, they did look good. They're a solid squad. I don't know that they're good enough to get to the Super Bowl, but
well, now they're kind of being my favorite.
well, nobody's talking about them
Yeah,
now.
no one's talking about them, but it's a great story.
30 Congratulations,
Congratulations, by the
Lions
way.
fans.
Yes,
30
because
years since Bendy won a
yeah,
division.
93 since
Oh,
93.
oh, you
Man,
guys.
now they get to host a playoff game
Woo!
and just man, please just go as far as you can, make it to the Super Bowl.
Well,
That'll
and
be
I don't
great.
know how long it's been since the Dolphins
Lions
won a division.
Browns. Did one of your friends say that Lions Browns as a Super Bowl?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be great.
yeah.
But Dolphins haven't won the division in a long time. I don't know
Nope.
how long it's been, but the Patriots have owned that division, and then the Bills is a
I don't think.
recent.
Yeah. So Niners, they
Niners,
drop. They drop
they're
from
still
losing
a
that
good
game.
team, but
Yep.
gosh, the Ravens are obviously the number one team in the league
And
right
they're
now.
showing it too right
Best
now.
record. They
Their offense actually looks like an offense. I know there's a few games mid-season where they struggled against the Steelers. So yeah, they got their stuff together and they're looking like a full completed team.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think this is a really good top 10. I don't think anybody could argue with it,
Nope.
but if you
I
want
don't
to,
think
give
so.
it a
Yeah,
shot.
give a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
So the
here all day.
Ravens move up, switch spots with the Niners. So here's your playoff picture in the NFC. Again, the Seahawks slide to that 7 spot.
Yep. So
Probably not the weakest team. I still think they're better than the Bucks. We've already beat the Lions and the Eagles,
yep.
but there's no way we can beat the Niners. We've proven that.
Yeah,
Or the Rams.
Niners and Lions have clinched their division. Eagles have clinched the playoffs along with the Cowboys, but that division's still up in the air with those two keep going back and
And
forth.
if we would have kicked a field goal at the end of the game, we'd have a win over the Rams. And if they could have hung on against the Cowboys, so yeah, it's just those. I hate talking about
Oh
this
yeah,
year.
and
It's
like this.
like,
Well,
gosh,
even
if we just could have, if we this, I'm just happy to be here. We'll see how see how what happens.
yep.
So yeah, pretty good. I think this is exactly the way it should be. I think this is going to come down the wire. The Cowboys, Eagles, or who's going to have that division. Lions obviously wrapped up their division. Niners have the division.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just alluded to the Saints and the Bucks.
Yeah, well, and the Falcons too. The whole besides
Oh, the
Carolina.
Falcons are 7-8. They
Yeah,
did have a good win.
yeah, they did. So the whole NFC South, besides Carolina, is still up in the air. Again, we don't know who it could be. So
And Packers almost got beat by Carolina.
mm-hmm.
Anyway, let's go to the AFC playoff picture. Ravens obviously number one.
Yep.
Dolphins had a really nice win against the Cowboys. I was impressed with that.
Mm-hmm. But interesting, the Ravens and Dolphins still have not clinched their division yet because Ravens still have the Browns to worry about.
When was the last time we saw 10 wins next to the
The
Browns?
Browns. It's been I can't even remember.
We've seen 10 losses.
Yeah, for sure. We've seen 16.
Gosh,
And then
Browns fans got to be
Bills too.
disappointed.
They can maybe even have a chance to keep the division.
Yeah,
They
Bills.
would need to win out, and Dolphins would need to lose out, obviously.
Chiefs, they're the question mark.
They are.
Jaguars are now a question mark.
Well, yeah,
I mean, they could lose the division because the Colts.
the AFC South is also because you have the Texans there too.
Oh, they're all 8-7.
Yeah.
And then does they gonna get their quarterback back?
I think they are leaning towards him. I'm not sure. I haven't.
And then what? Updates. The Steelers scored more points in one game than they have all season, basically. What the heck happened there?
Well, Rudolph, I guess.
Just in time to come into
just
Seattle.
Just in time for the Christmas holidays.
Jeez, they're heading into Seattle this weekend.
That would be a good game too.
Anyway, the Bengals, they are still there. Hard to say they got whooped by the Steelers. That was I thought we would have thought if we're picking, we would have picked the Bengals over the Steelers, right?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So AFC West still there. You got the Raiders.
Yeah, the only reason why that they're there is because if Chiefs lose out and either the Raiders or Broncos win out, Raiders and Broncos play the end of the year, so that could be the AFC West championship if Chiefs end up losing out. So,
well, who did the Chiefs have the last 2 games?
Chiefs have Bengals this game, and then they have Chargers.
Well, the Chargers look good.
Yeah, again, you don't know. I can see them dropping to the Bengals for sure this weekend. And then, Chargers are up in the air. So
these are 2 weeks
ago. Yeah, these are 2 weeks ago. So we'll just go quickly through them because I can't remember what my thoughts are on picking
Obviously,
them.
I picked the Ravens over the Jags. Yeah. Smart, brilliant pick.
Yeah, sure.
Picked the Lions over the Broncos. Another great pick. Picked the Rams over the Commanders. Another great pick. Bengals over the Vikings, yes, and then I picked the Titans over the Texans, and I lost.
Yeah. Hey, 4-1, dude.
Yeah, 4-1. I'll take it. Making a comeback. Giants over the Saints. Ooh.
Yeah.
Bears over the Browns. No, Browns over the Bears. Good pick.
Nope.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah, that one.
Did you pick the Cardinals? No.
Nope.
Chiefs and Patriots. And okay, so I gained a game on you.
Gain a game on you. Yeah.
That's 2 weeks in a row that I've beat.
Yeah, so you're catching up there.
Almost 500. If I could have just made the sweep right here.
So you are 2 games behind with 2 weeks left.
I've got a shot.
You got a shot.
So Travis still keeping himself in green because he is above 500. All right. And then, so here we go. We got 2 weeks left. Random picks from the bag.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Right. Always a crowd pleaser, crowd favorite. Let's see. Let's get these. Oh, I picked. I'm going to go with the Seahawks and Steelers. Steelers are at the Seahawks. Both teams needing this to stay in the playoff race, and remain in the playoffs. I'm taking the Seahawks at home over Rudolph, who hoping won't have another successful week.
Yeah, I would do the same thing too. Seattle's looking great. I think their motivation with Locke going in really sparked the team. So I got a game of a week. I got Detroit and Dallas.
They're in Dallas.
Oh, I know. Dallas hasn't lost in Dallas all season, right? Yeah,
I don't believe so.
Yeah, so with that, I am gonna go. I hate
the Cowboys.
I hate the Cowboys. Why do I? But I don't want Sean to catch up to me, so I'm going with the Cowboys.
Ooh, good. I would have taken the Cowboys.
I'm not happy about it, but
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I'm making a run here. Oh, here we go. The Raiders. The Raiders are at the Colts. Again, both teams fighting for their playoff lives. Whew, this is a tough one. The Raiders just seem to be playing with a little bit of swagger, but without moving the ball.
Yeah. It would be fun, even though the Raiders are in my division, it would be exciting somehow in a way if they made the playoffs with their interim coach and
That would be
everything.
cool.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be cool. As a football fan, that would be cool because it's
The
probably never been
two
done.
best records the Raiders have had are the interim coaches in the last several years.
Yeah.
So anyway, with that being said, I think the Colts at home, I'm going to take over the
Okay.
Raiders. I think they've proven the better team all year.
I got another. Jeez,
We're
man,
just
you
pulling
can.
out all kinds of
Yeah,
playoff
you
games.
can easily take a sweep on me. Yeah, I got the Dolphins at
Oh,
Baltimore against the Ravens. Oh
oh, that's a
man,
tough
I
pick.
know.
I know who I'd pick.
I'm gonna go with the Ravens. Reason why? Sure, great. Dolphins won against um, the Cowboys last week, and against a winning team. So that was good for them, but I don't think they can do it back to back.
No, the Ravens have got to be
Yeah.
coming off a high and just confident and taking care of business because they want to lock up the
Yep.
division,
Oh,
right? You
exactly.
said the division's not locked
Yep.
up yet, and the number one
And the
seed.
number one seed. So
So I think they
again,
could do both with a win.
yep. So, yep, that's what I choose.
Okay, good pick.
The Ravens.
Oh, here we go. Another
There we go.
playoff battle. The Bucks, who currently hold the South and the NFC, and the Saints wanting that and still in the playoff race. I think the Bucks have proven that they are the better team. The Saints are playing better as of late,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm going to go with the Buccaneers at home over the Saints.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm realizing there's going to be a lot of good games this weekend.
Yeah, really good game.
Oh, not this one. The Patriots are going to visit the Bills.
But the Patriots have been some spoilers as of late.
Yeah, true. They can just go into Buffalo and just ruin their playoff hopes. At least the divisional hopes. So, I'm gonna go with the Bills on this one. I think the way that Allen and the offense, I think Allen still needs to give the ball more to Diggs. I think that's kind of the problem they've had in the past, but we we've seen them perform better recently. So I'll take the Bills.
I think that's a good pick. So
Yeah.
both of us have picked all the home teams so far.
Yep.
And usually that's a big thing. But here we go. Another playoff game. Bengals and the Swifters.
Did I shuffle these? Like these are great picks that we're doing. These are all playoff games.
I just can't see the Chiefs losing a game at home when it matters. We haven't seen that.
Was last weekend we saw it.
Well, another game back to back.
I don't know. They lost to the Bills at home. Who's going to have the tantrum?
Bengals really have nothing to lose. The Chiefs have all the pressure, but I am going to take the Chiefs at home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the Titans, which doesn't matter. They are out, but they are playing a divisional game against the Texans.
Is Levi going to play? Levi?
I'm not sure. No,
Will Levis?
Billie Jean?
Billie
No,
Jean?
I don't think he is. Either way, I'm going to go with Houston. They still need to try to make a push for the playoffs, so it's more important to Houston to try to get a win there. So I'm going with the home team.
All right. We do a bonus?
Yeah, let's do a bonus. Yeah. Right. Mixed up for last week.
Okay. Oh, another playoff. I'm getting all the good ones. So Green Bay is rolling in to Minnesota. Both teams are alive. Both teams look good. The Vikings, they lost a tough one. They almost pulled that game out.
Yeah.
They almost. I mean, that was impressive. So I think I'm going to take the Vikings at home over the Packers.
Okay.
So I'm taking all home teams.
All home teams. Well, I might be taking all home teams too. I got the Jets going in and seeing the Browns.
Don't forget Flacco played for the Jets. They might know some of his weaknesses.
Maybe, but I don't think the Browns defense, whoever's at quarterback for the Jets, can handle it. Trevor Siemian, he had a good game, but not against the Browns. He won't. So Browns.
Browns. So we take
Browns.
all the home
All
teams.
home games. What do
All
you
right.
think?
Yeah, where are you guys at with these picks? Here's the deal. It's coming down the wire. 2 weeks left. There's nothing better than NFL football, and then
Yeah.
you get into the playoffs. And
Well,
race.
also, you know what else is the playoffs this week? Fantasy. Yeah, fantasy football. For anyone that's playing fantasy football out there, it's playoff time. It's even championship week
For some,
for
yeah.
some. I'm actually in 2 championships this
Did
week.
you see the guy that lost because the Ravens quarterback Jackson took a knee at the end
Oh
of the
yeah,
game?
it happens all the time.
Oh, brutal!
I know it happens.
If you're taking a knee, they should change that rule.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it's fantasy football playoffs this week. I'm in 2 championships, and my 3rd league that I'm in, I'm sitting at number 1 seed, and it's overall record. So I could be coming home with 3 first place wins in fantasy. Who knows?
Here's the good news for me. I'm not playing fantasy, and it's been a wonderful year. Stress-free. But yeah, that's our random picks from the bag. So hopefully I catch you. I'm only 2 games? 2 games down with 2 weeks left.
But I mean, look at what we have here.
You were up double digits on me, if I remember.
I was. Yeah, the first 3 weeks or so when we were doing this, like you've had I think you even went 0-5 or 0-4.
I had a rough week.
Yeah. So
a couple weeks.
No, I had one bad one.
Yeah, you did. You did.
So,
I'm making that push, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. But let's see what happens. I'm trying to get into the playoffs as well.
Yeah, I know. Anything we missed in the last 2 weeks? I know we had a scoregami the Thursday night 2 weeks ago against the Chargers and Raiders.
Oh, really?
That 63-21 game.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. See, that's why I would be, as a football fan, psyched to see the Raiders.
The Raiders scored 3 points, then 63, then don't get a first down or score any points offensively after the first quarter, and they win the game. Gosh, Colts got to be feeling pretty good. I'm still confident with my Colts pick. And Minshew Magic. Go Cougs. But anyway, yeah, that's our show for today. Perfect. Anything you want to add?
Who's your MVP? I know we talked about it a little bit.
Boy, that is tough because you look at Lamar Jackson. I know that he's kind of leading them.
Tyreek Hill, again. He leads that team. Like when he's not on the field, that team kind of struggles because a lot of their plays are designed for Tyreek Hill.
Well, I mean, why don't we ever look at it as the fact like the Colts had a starter and Minshew's jumped in there and
that's true.
Brought him into the playoff race. We never look at stuff like that. We didn't look at the Buccaneers. Nobody gave a chance
to Baker.
And Baker Mayfield had a perfect game going into Lambeau last week. We didn't talk about that.
Does it always need to be the stats that they look at?
Yeah. Well, no, it's not. It's never the best player. I read that this last week because they said Michael Jordan would have won every year. He's the best player.
Yeah.
But you go by who's the most valuable player on the team. You could say Dak Prescott for the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's always tough. But I think that the Ravens, there's no way they're the best team in the league without Lamar Jackson.
Oh, yeah, easily. Because again, their play calling is kind of designed what he can do in the pocket and outside the pocket. Like he can do both.
Yeah. I personally don't think they should ever vote on the MVP race until the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. No. I know, because a lot of times, I think it's only happened twice where the season MVP was also the Super Bowl winner.
Yeah. Sometimes it's...
Because usually they get the season MVP and they, more than half the time, they're in the Super Bowl, but they lose. How many times we've seen Tom Brady be this MVP of the season and then lost against the Giants?
Yeah, twice. Yeah, that was great, especially their undefeated year. I know the Dolphins were happy about that.
Yeah.
The 72 Dolphins. But, so my MVP, I guess, would have to be Lamar Jackson, but I would throw a shout-out to Minshew and Baker Mayfield.
Okay, yeah.
That's just because of what they've done. And, Joe Flacco?
Yeah, why not?
Why not Joe Flacco, an ex-Raven?
Yeah.
Why not? One Super Bowl with them?
He won. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Super Bowl 47.
So yeah, those would be my 3 picks. I think Jared Goff should get a nomination. I think, I think.
I mean, a lot of yeah, like you said, you can look at each team and who they're not just their best player, but like who's the most valuable to that team and how
Yeah.
they've motivated the team where they are now. So,
Well, let's talk about teams that aren't doing well that don't have a quarterback. I mean, it just goes to show you the MVP should always be a quarterback. I mean,
mm-hmm.
realistically, because the Bucks wouldn't be where they are if Baker wasn't playing well. The Vikings have been just hanging around with just a few guys that they've been
Yeah,
playing.
and they're on their fourth quarterback.
And the Patriots, a team that's perpetually is always winning, they do not have a quarterback, and they are just nowhere to be found. But they have a good defense.
No, it is leading to the end of the year to a interesting off season and for next year too. So
This is what makes the NFL so great.
I know
Compared to any other, the NBA, you guys need to figure it out because it's terrible. Your league is terrible. NCAA basketball has it figured out better than you do. College football, you guys need to work on some few things, but still a great
their
sport.
playoff scenarios is
And I know Florida State, are they suing?
Are they playing a bowl game? I heard
they are.
They are okay because I heard that they were almost going to be like, no, we don't want to play now.
I didn't quite catch all the news. I just heard that they are starting a lawsuit against, against the playoffs.
Oh, okay, good for them.
I mean, they went undefeated. It was highway robbery.
Oh, I know.
And in that case, I think you put them in and you throw another team in and say, hey, we can't take it away from you. We felt like Alabama deserved it and Florida State. So let's put Florida State in there. And I think there was another team that could have gone in. I can't think of them right now, but gosh, I wish I could think of the team that could have been in there. But anyway.
All right. Well, let us know if you can fill in Sean's blank. So
yeah.
Help
me out. All right, that's our show for today. Section 3.
Again, fill in your picks. Let's get the 10 streak for you guys. So lots to choose from, and this is our show.
This is our show, Section 325. We're out of here in the second half.